There has literally never been a more annoying time to fly than right now. Summer 2025 is giving chaos in the skies, and unfortunately, it looks like things are only getting worse. Every other day, there's a new headline that makes you go, wait, they banned what now? Just recently, a bride missed her own destination wedding because the TSA flagged her hairspray. A can of hairspray triggered a full-blown TSA investigation at check-in, and by the time she was cleared, her flight was long gone. And it's not just her, people everywhere are starting to reach their breaking point. Travelers are choosing to drive for 2, sometimes even 3 days, just to avoid the madness at the airport. And let's be honest, some folks are done with flying altogether. So what's going on here? Why does it feel like every time we blink, something else is banned? Well, in today's video, we're breaking down the newest list of items that TSA has banned. Again, let's jump right in. Number 1, replica weapons, toys, and souvenirs. So here's the thing. Don't go thinking, oh, it looks like a harmless toy, no big deal, right? Well, wrong. The second your toy gun or grenade goes through airport scanners, it will trigger a full-blown security shutdown of the baggage carousel. Total chaos. The TSA doesn't play when it comes to replica weapons. We're talking BB guns, fake grenades, toy swords, even those plastic pirate daggers you buy at theme parks. If it looks like a weapon, it gets flagged. Doesn't matter if it's bright orange and obviously fake. If it resembles anything dangerous, the TSA treats it like the real thing. In past incidents, replica items have caused bomb squad callouts, airport evacuations, and serious flight delays. TSA officers have to err on the side of caution because their job is to protect everyone on board. They can't afford to assume that a realistic-looking object is just a toy. So here's the move. If you're carrying any kind of replica item or souvenir, always put it in your carry-on, clearly labeled, and if possible, include proof of purchase. Otherwise, that cool market souvenir you thought would look great on your shelf, yeah, it's not making it home. Number 2, cooking sprays, lighter fluid, and camping fuel. Okay, number 2 is something a lot of travelers forget about, flammables. But the TSA does not mess around with this category. Items like cooking spray, lighter fluid, and camping fuel are banned completely in checked luggage. Why? Because they're basically ticking time bombs under pressure. Seriously, pressurized cans plus altitude is basically a disaster waiting to happen. This also means that even your favorite grill kit or survival tools can get flagged if they include any flammable components. Now, this one might shock you, but nail polish remover, if it contains a lot of acetone, it's also considered a flammable liquid. Bring too much of it or store it in an unlabeled bottle, and it might get tossed at security. What's worse, getting caught with these items can lead to civil penalties or fines. TSA agents have the authority to confiscate the item and refer you to federal authorities if it seems intentional. So if it's pressurized, combustible, or chemically unstable, just leave it out, or better yet, ship it ahead if you really need it. This next one is kinda weird, but it also makes sense if we're being honest. Number 3, wrapped gifts or concealed packages. Yep, the TSA doesn't do gift wrap. If your package looks suspicious, or even just mysterious, they will rip it open during inspection, no exceptions. One traveler packed a $200 bottle of perfume as a birthday present. Her bag got flagged, agents opened it on the spot, and the bottle shattered in the process. Total disaster. And here's the thing, TSA officers aren't being careless. They're just following standard screening procedures, which require them to inspect anything they can't clearly see through on the scanner. Wrapped boxes, oddly shaped containers, and sealed items almost always get flagged. So, what should you do instead? Carry any gifts in your carry-on and leave them unwrapped. You can always bring gift bags or wrapping paper in your bag and wrap them at your destination. And if the item is particularly fragile or expensive, consider shipping it ahead using a trackable service. You'll save yourself the heartbreak and maybe a few $100s. Number 4. Power tools and sharp equipment. TSA agents treat power tools, wrenches, box cutters, and even screwdrivers as potential weapons. Sure, they're essential for work, but inside a suitcase, they look like red flags. One technician had a $200 torque wrench confiscated, even though it was properly packed, because agents decided it was too risky for cargo. That's because any sharp or heavy object could potentially be used as a weapon or cause injury if mishandled during turbulence or baggage handling. Now, here's the official line. You can bring tools in your checked luggage, but only if each item is under 7 inches, non-combustible, and securely packed. That means no loose blades, no gas-powered gear, and absolutely nothing sharp in your carry-on. Also, watch out for battery-powered tools. Lithium batteries over a certain watt-hour limit aren't allowed in checked bags. If you're bringing power tools with rechargeable batteries, the batteries may need to go in your carry-on, and they must be protected from short-circuiting. Best advice is to always check the TSA website before you fly, especially if you're a contractor, technician, or DIY warrior bringing your gear with you. Tools are expensive, and you don't want them ending up in a TSA bin labeled Items Not Allowed. Number 5. Food items that leak or rot. One traveler found out the hard way when their suitcase ruptured mid-flight, unleashing a wave of brine and dairy into the cargo hold. Total disaster. Smelled like sadness and regret. The TSA doesn't outrightly ban food in checked luggage. In fact, you're allowed to bring everything from baked goods to canned meats. But airlines hate messes, and pressure changes at cruising altitude can turn sealed food items into missiles. At 35,000 feet, air pressure is drastically lower, and that causes liquids to expand, cans to burst, and anything fragile or fermented to spoil fast. Add warm cargo holds and long layovers, and your bag basically becomes a mini compost bin. And here's something many travelers don't know. If your bag contaminates other luggage, some airlines reserve the right to refuse processing or even destroy your bag for health and safety reasons. Yikes. So if it leaks, smells, or spoils, just don't check it. Carry it on properly sealed or leave it behind. That gourmet cheese or spicy homemade sauce might be delicious, but it's not worth turning the baggage area into a crime scene. If you're enjoying this video, click the like and subscribe button. Also, turn on post notification so you can be notified when we post new and exciting contents like this one. Number 6. Smart bags with non-removable batteries. These new smart bags that come with built-in lithium-ion batteries, the same type found in laptops, smartphones, and e-scooters, are now officially banned from flights. You see, while they're great for powering devices, they're also prone to overheating. If a lithium battery catches fire mid-flight, it can burn at over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt airplane components. That's why, as of 2025, TSA and virtually all major airlines now ban smart bags with non-removable batteries from checked baggage. You're still allowed to travel with them, only if the battery can be removed and taken into the cabin with you, and yes, they will check. One traveler found out too late and had to repack their entire bag at the gate, holding up the line while TSA sorted through their stuff. Not fun. So check your bag label before you fly. Look for a battery slot or removable pack. If it doesn't pop out, it doesn't fly. Brands like Away and Samsonite now make TSA-compliant versions with removable batteries, but older models might get you stopped at security. Number 7. Alcohol over the legal limit. Alcohol over 70% alcohol by volume, that's 140 proof, is banned in checked luggage, according to TSA and most international flight regulations. It's considered a fire hazard, and even if it's still sealed, it can be confiscated immediately if it crosses that limit. And here's where it gets complicated. Every airline and country handles alcohol differently. For example, Emirates might allow you to carry up to 4 liters of alcohol under a certain proof level, while Delta caps it at 5 liters per passenger, and only if it's under 70% ABV. Land in countries like Singapore or the UAE without declaring it. That could mean fines, confiscation, or worse, border detention. Some duty-free shops will seal bottles in tamper-evident bags, but that only helps if you're not changing flights. If you've got a layover and that bag has been opened, airport security can toss the whole thing. So, what's the move? Always check both TSA and destination country guidelines, declare any alcohol over 100 milliliters, and when in doubt, carry it on if it meets the rules. Or better yet, ship it home separately if it's valuable. This next one is scary because it can happen to anyone. Number 8. Medication without proper documentation. Imagine you're traveling internationally with a necessary prescription, heart meds, insulin, or antidepressants, and suddenly you're pulled aside by airport security. One traveler flying from Los Angeles to Dubai brought his daily heart medication in an unmarked pill container. The TSA didn't flag it, but customs in the UAE did. With no prescription label, he was detained for questioning, missed his flight, and had to provide proof from his doctor via email before being allowed to continue. Here's what most people don't realize. In many countries, common medications in the US are classified as controlled substances. Things like Adderall, oxycodone, Ritalin, Tramadol, and even some injectable insulin products require pre-approval or special documentation in places like Japan, the UAE, and Thailand. To avoid drama, always pack medication in its original pharmacy packaging, with your full name, prescription details, and dosage instructions clearly visible. If you're flying internationally, bring a copy of your prescription, ideally translated into the local language, and include a doctor's note if the medication is essential. Bonus tip: some countries have online portals where you can register your medication before arrival. Check ahead, especially if you're carrying anything even remotely regulated. Because trust me, 4 hours in customs holding over a bottle of pills is not the travel story you want to tell. Number 9. Powdered products. Yes, even pancake mix. It looks totally innocent, just a pouch of whey protein for your morning smoothie, right? Well, guess what? In 2025, TSA sees it as a potential chemical threat. Under current TSA guidelines, any powder-like substance over 12 ounces, about the size of a soda can, can trigger extra screening. And it's not just protein powder. This includes flour, pancake mix, baby formula, instant coffee, and powdered drink mixes. Why? Because some powders can mimic the density and appearance of explosives on X-ray scanners. In fact, after a 2017 attempted plot involving powdered explosives on an international flight, security agencies worldwide tightened restrictions on large quantities of powders, especially when they're unlabeled or packed in bulk. So now, if you show up with an unmarked tub of pre-workout or a Ziploc of green powder, agents are trained to pull it aside for additional inspection. It's not personal, it's protocol. And here's the real headache. Even if you're not flying internationally, domestic US airports now follow similar screening measures, especially for flights bound for major hubs or entering large events or high-security zones. Travelers are already reporting getting held up for carrying basic stuff like powdered electrolyte mixes or collagen supplements. So here's how to avoid a powder panic at security. Keep powders under 12 ounces. 350 milliliters per container. Place them in a separate bin during screening, like a laptop. Label everything clearly, especially if it's in a plain bag or reusable jar. Better yet, pre-portion what you need into TSA-compliant travel containers. And if you're traveling internationally, know that some countries have even stricter rules, especially in Australia, the UK, and parts of the EU, where powdered substances in carry-ons may be completely banned above a certain quantity. So, what do you think about this list? Did we miss anything important? Let us know down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.